Hi, Chrysantha. It's so nice to see you, and thank you for doing this. So, you guys, this is going to be one of my business services expert. You guys are going to love her. This is Chrysantha Wilson, and she owns Wilson Financial Services. And guess what she's going to talk to us about today? About how to make sure that we understand what we're doing to get these EIDL loans and these PPP loans. Chrysantha and I are both very, very concerned about what's happening, the things that people don't know. She and I have already done a consultation with one of my other audience followers, Summer, and you guys actually will meet her. She's a general contractor. I want to talk to her about her business, but she gave, Chris gave Summer so much information about how to respond to the government when it came to the questions that they asked her. So Chris is going to walk us through all of those things today. I'm going to start out by explaining to you guys, I am releasing the video. If you missed the training for how to apply for your EIDL loan, that video will be released this afternoon. And directly following that, we're going to have this video, which you're probably watching right now, so that you can understand after you apply what happens, what you need to watch out for, the types of forms. And in addition to that, Chris and I have a list of questions that businesses are answering or asking, and Chris is answering them for us. We're going to do that in the next session. So we're already 2 videos ahead. Okay. So Chris, first of all, tell us a little bit about your business, and then I will explain what I did in the video to help people apply, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your business so everyone will know who you are.
Well, I am Wilson Financial Services, and I have a tax office here in Texas. I do taxes, of course, credit repair for people, business credit. I also help small businesses get their initial startup, their licenses, their DBAs, their LLCs, kind of give them information of what to do and what not to do. Give them a little push start, basically, as far as an education when it comes to building a business. And I'm getting into government contracting as well.
Yes. Chris also has a very successful husband that has his own trucking company, and I'm going to get to him too because I want to know. I just love having people that are doing what they love to do. And government contracting is only a portion of that, although it can accelerate your growth drastically. I mean, it can explode you, but that's how I met Chris. Is she has been watching me, and I'm building my services team, my expert business services team. And I wanted to start with taxes. And helping people to understand. And when I found out that Chris knew all about the EIDL loan and the PPP loan and all of the forms, I was like, this was definitely ordained. So that's how she and I found each other. She's following me and now I'm following her, because you guys need this information. So for the audience, those of you that missed the training on January 6th, I walked through how to apply for the EIDL loan. I also gave you a list of the PPP banks, at which some of them, Chris, you told me, they actually stopped doing the PPP loans. So we're going to deal with EIDL first. And then a lot of the documents Chris is going to talk about, they would need them for the PPP loan too, right? So Chris, what happens after you apply for the EIDL loan? What happens?
Well, once you submit your application online, and this is the thing, PPP loans and EIDL, the PPPs, that goes to the bank, and the EIDL goes to the SBA. So a lot of times, if you're not understanding why there's not a link for PPP loans on the SBA website, it's because the government has now given this money to the banks, which they're only holding this EIDL money. So that's why you only see the EIDL application on the website. But once you do that, what happens is you're going to get either a denial letter, you're going to get an approval, or you're going to get a more info email. And the denial letter is basically going to it's going to tell you why you were denied, whether it's for your credit, whether it's for something that's on your LexisNexis. It could be something like that. Your approval is normally a portal, and it tells you to build a login and password. You go in and you read the award and you agree to it. And it gives you some other little things, and it's really simple. You agree to it and then you're good. Now, if they need more info, they will tell you the SBA is processing your application. However, we will need more info to further your application process. And then they will list exactly what they need. They're very picky about how you fill out these forms. I have a form 4506, and when I tell you, you have to check every box. You have to make sure your application number is on this form. You have to make sure, just like if you have a business and you have been filing a Schedule C for your business under your name for the past 2 years, you have to put your name and your social so they can pull up that Schedule C, because if you put your business and your EIN, they're not going to be able to pull that up. So you actually have to put your personal information on there.
So just to back up just a little bit, when they're denying businesses, you and I had a discussion about why you believe they're denying the businesses, because when they ask for more information, well, those are two separate things. I get that. Sometimes they deny you for credit, right? Which I think is so wrong at a time like this. You've got to be kidding me, right? But anyway, but if they ask for more information, it's because they cannot legitimize your business, right? They can't tell that you are a real business. Now, how do they do that? What systems and what do they look at to determine? Because another thing is, you and I discussed this, and I actually talked to another colleague about this. People are creating businesses to get these loans, and they don't know what they're doing. Some of them will probably make it, but a lot of them won't. But that's wrong for the legitimate businesses that don't even know how to explain or express to the government, I'm a legitimate business. So what are they what system are they using to look at these businesses?
Let me say this. A lot of people that are creating these businesses just to get these loans, I am not going to lie, some of them will probably make it because they have fair credit. And that is hard. That's hard to say. And because I know a lot of people, a lot of businesses that are really businesses, and they're having a hard time. But normally what they look for is your credit, which they're not supposed to, but they do. If they're looking for you in the system, they're going to look for you on LexisNexis. LexisNexis.
What is that?
That is the daddy of all the credit bureaus. That is the daddy of Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. It has every address you have ever lived on. If you have a police record, if you have been married, if you have been divorced, it has everything on you. Any car you have driven, like everything. I always tell people, when you get a chance, I actually had the opportunity to pull my LexisNexis, and it was like 250 pages. And that's not even, some people's is longer than that. And I don't have any felonies or anything like that. I've been audited by the FBI to get, my government numbers and all of that. But the LexisNexis is what they go to. So if your business is not listed properly, they having a hard time finding you, they will ask you for additional documentation.
So LexisNexis starts from the personal perspective.
From the personal perspective, yes.
And they expect to see that business within LexisNexis?
Yes.
Because it's about you.
Right. Some of them do, because guess what? When you get that DBA, when you get that EIN, when you get that LLC, they have to for that social. So it automatically links you on your LexisNexis. So what happens is, if you're not DBA certified or EIN certified or LLC certified, or for the state of Texas, we have to have a business license with the state of Texas. If that's not tagged to that LexisNexis, they will kind of question that. Then they will go into asking you more questions about
That's
your
why
business.
they ask for more information.
That is why they ask for more information.
Because it's not connecting to the profile that they're looking at or looking
That's
for.
right. That's
And
right.
a lot of businesses don't necessarily pay themselves through a traditional payroll system or, or a method. They, and they may be keeping good records, but let's talk about that a little bit, because you have to, or I should say, it seems like, and I said this in training, they definitely want you to create history for why you should be getting this money. Meaning, what happened to your business? How long have you been in business? They're going to look at 2019, right? To see if you even had a business and to see how it was affected. What was your revenue then? And you have to prove that, right?
Yes, you do have to prove that. And you're proving that through your bank statements.
Are they asking for that, you think?
They are asking for bank statements. Yes.
Just so you guys know, Chris is already doing this for a lot of her clients. They're coming to her, asking her to help with their EIDLs and setting it up and, the information. So they need to see all of that.
Yeah. Bank statements, if you have a brick and mortar place, they're asking for a bill or something of that nature. But right now, a lot of people, if you have a boutique online or if you just have an online business, you're running it from your home. So they are asking for, if you don't have a brick building or an office space, that's when I always tell my clients, tag on your DBA license or your LLC license, like make a copy of it and slide it in there, because you don't want them to, you want to give them the information before they ask for it.
Right.
So that way it will eliminate that off of that, that list of information that they need. But, and a lot of times they're doing it because I know a lot of people have heard that a lot of scammers have gotten money from them. Yeah. And they were given thousands and thousands of dollars.
I know. So, it's very sad how the legitimate people that really do need things, it's happening with government contracting too, not anymore because the FBI went after the scammers with government contracting, but it's like you give the legitimate people a hard time, but these scammers, they know how to get this stuff through. And by the time the legitimate businesses get to it, it's not that the money is gone, because we do have, we're just getting this new administration coming in. And I know this for a fact, they haven't even really dug into the new stimulus that just happened. So businesses do have time. Yeah. And so let's talk about what happens if they turn you down. There's a reconsideration process. Can you walk us through what businesses need to do for the reconsideration process? And I got the feeling from what I read, and I called the SBA because people were asking me questions to see how they're handling certain things. I got the feeling that they want people to do the reconsideration letter because they want to give the money. It's just that they have to stay in the process. And by the way, you and I know this, we are losing more than 1,000 businesses a month, closing their doors, and they will never come back because of COVID. And so this is why I'm saying, and you're talking about credit? Are you serious?
Exactly.
I mean, even if you just wipe off the last year and a half, you could get more businesses funded that way, but anyway, so what happens, Chris, when we have to go through the reconsideration process? What are the things they're going to ask people for?
Right. Well,
that you should give without even them asking you.
Okay, gotcha. Reconsideration is not them saying no. They just want to, like you said, they really want you to go after the money. They're either going to ask you for information or they're going to ask you for an extremely hard pull on your credit. And normally hard pulls will make your credit score go down. So a lot of people, what they're doing is they're giving them that information, because if you're in the process of repairing your credit or fixing something or paying a bill down or whatever the case may be, you don't want that hard pull on your credit. Or if you're trying to buy a home or a car or land or commercial property, that hard pull sometimes is 25, 30 points. for
Wow.
some people. Yeah. So a lot of times I'm telling my clients, do not let them do the hard pull. Let's just put this packet together. And normally in this packet, I'll actually put in information that they don't ask for. I would do maybe like a bill, insurance bill, if it's a company that have a fleet or something like that, you know, they're paying this every month. If you have an office, a light bill, an internet bill, just add it in there so they can see that you actually have a physical location, or you actually have some liabilities attached to your business. They're also asking again for the 4506T, and that is basically a transcript. If you know that you have not separated your business from yourself when you file your taxes, as far as in filing a 1120, what you do is put your personal information on there, because they're going to see that Schedule C that's attached under that social.
Now, the 450T for not people that are novices, we use that document in the 8A certification process. So that is your taxes, them giving them permission to pull your taxes, right? Okay. Okay.
Giving them permission. And a lot of times it's actually going to come pre-done for you. They're going to have who it's going to. Right. They're going to check the little box for you. Only thing you have to do is fill out that top portion, that bottom portion, and I think a few lines in the middle, but you will see where the SBA has actually gone in there and PDF'd it and pretty much filled it out a little bit for you. Yeah. You attach that to it. Also, they're sending out 2202s, which is a schedule of liabilities. That is if you have any credit cards for your business, if you have rental property, or you paying rent, or any liability for that business, you list it, whether you are paying, you lease the vehicle so you can go back and forth, you put that vehicle on there. And on the schedule of liabilities, you're going to put how much you pay a month, what you owe now, and what you're behind in, because they want to see how much debt you kind of have before they give you this large amount of money. And I'm not going to say that determines yay or nay. Right. What really determines yay or nay is, it's really no determination on it. They're really, if they feel like you don't make enough in your business, they're going to give you $10,000.
Yeah, and that's it.
And that's it. But if they feel like your business is producing enough income and you just really need that push, then they're going to give you more. And if any circumstance that 10,000 is not enough, you can go back into that portal and request.
That's true. You can. They keep the applications open, don't they? And even though I did encourage people to apply again, but it worked for some people in the sense that they were like, okay, we have a first application for you. We're just going to combine these. Because I had 3 people to tell me that. Yeah. So it's not that they won't give it to you, but I did ask them, okay, when will you guys know from the new administration how you're going to handle the next pool of money? Because they haven't even finished with the first pool of money.
Right.
And quite frankly, so because we had 2 stimulus, remember? They did the stimulus right before the Biden administration. And then, and now they're getting ready to put more money out there for other small business. That'll probably go into government contracting and things like that. But they're getting ready to do that $1.9 trillion. And small business is a huge, huge part of that. Yeah. So which has always been. All of this is to keep small businesses moving. But, if you have no support and, you're being penalized for things that were not even your fault. There are companies that open their doors 2 months and then they had to shut down because of COVID.